Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. Great to have you here. If you like the show, subscribe, tick that little bell and thumbs up the video if you like what you're seeing in these videos. Love to have you on board here at the channel. I don't post all the time, but if you click that little bell when I do, you'll actually get a notification. So, and thanks to all the people that subscribe to the channel. Okay, so I just got a new rifle. Looking forward to showing it to you guys. You probably can't see it here, so I am going to cut a lot of footage into this video so you can have a good solid look at this rifle. Now first things first, it is a Tikka T3X varmint stainless in 260 Remington. Now you might be thinking 260 Remington, why didn't you just go a 6.5 Creedmoor? Well, a valid point. I like the name of the 260 better. I did a lot of reading about it, but they're just some of the small reasons why I chose it. The big reasons why I chose it, of course, like any 6.5, is the ballistic coefficiency of the long bullets they actually shoot. Now I'm going to be running these. These are the Hornady ELDX 143 grains. Now I think the ballistic coefficiency of these bullets is something like 0.729. I mean, it's ballistically, they are just totally off the page compared to everything else, which is absolutely fantastic. The heavier you go in those bullets, the better they ballistically perform. So another reason why I chose it. Also too is because of recoil, moderate recoil, and you can still take deer out to 1,000 yards, which still has around 1,000 foot-pounds, even at 1,000 meters. So I probably won't even have a place to be able to shoot that far, but I know it's capable of shooting that distance with good shot placement. If I do my business, which is get it on target and have the rifle prepared before going out in the field, so I feel confident in taking those shots. So all right, let's go through it. I've pretty much fucking sold my left kidney to buy all this stuff, so let's start first on the stock, I think. Like my 243 GRS Berserk stock, I love the ergonomics of the GRS. I think they're aluminum bedded, they're nice, they're really good, they've got a great pistol grip, adjustable cheek piece, adjustable recoil, paddle length of pull, absolutely fantastic. And I got this for an absolute steal. I think they're about $700 now. I think I got it for about 550 bucks, and it was absolute steal, one of the last ones they had, so I snapped up an awesome deal. So the GRS Berserk stock, I like black. I'm not a bling guy, I'm not a tactical guy, whilst I love that sort of stuff as well. I just like to keep stuff plain, and I don't know, that's just what I like when I go out long range shooting and hunting. Okay, so let's step it up a bit. Oversized bolt handle as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Just make sure you give it easy when you're trying to pull up the bolt. You're not trying to find that bolt, so really nice. Coming up again, I got a 20 MOA Contessa rail. The reason I chose Contessa was because if you actually have a look at some of the YouTube videos, a lot of manufacturers actually manufacture them really long, and they actually overhang the receiver and the barrel, which I don't really like that much. So the Contessa rail isn't a full length of the receiver of the Tikka, but it comes pretty close, and I've got the 20 MOA. They'll run you about 220 bucks for the Contessa rail. So really nice, stainless steel, matches the finish of the receiver, and you can't really complain. You get 20 MOA of elevation out of that. Okay. Stepping up again from what we've got here, I decided to go a new scope on a few recommendations from people, especially a few recommendations from people that I know, and also some recommendations from YouTube as well. Now if someone wants it, please let me know. Originally I was going to go this Bushnell Elite Tactical. Now this is an XRS2, 4.5 to 30 by 50. I've never even used it. If somebody wants it for $2,000, it's worth $3,000, let me know. Pretty much the cheapest I found it was Magnum Sports in Sydney for $2,800. So if someone wants it for $2,000 shipped anywhere in Australia, let me know. But I was going to put that one on there, but I decided to go with the Delta Optical Striker HD. 4.5 to 30 by 50. Now, absolutely fantastic, really good turrets, really good tracking. Even though I haven't tested the tracking yet, that's something I'm going to do. It feels good, the clicks feel solid. I really can't complain. It comes in black, exactly what I like. And going on from this one too, guys, about the XRS, this is not actually in black. It's actually in the burnt bronze flat dark earth. So if you're looking for a flat dark earth scope, XRS2, it's a $3,000 scope. Let me know. So I decided to go the Delta Optical Striker HD 4.5 to 30 by 56. I got the scope covers. I think they're called Tenebrax, Canadian company, I think. Absolutely fantastic. And if you have a look here on the rear ocular, you can actually spin it so it doesn't get in your way. So if you actually want to look at targets, you actually over the top of the gun, you want to look at the turrets, you want to look at the bubble level, you can simply just switch it side to side exactly where you need. It doesn't actually go in the one spot. Really nice, and it's going to really look after and protect that glass of your expensive scope. Now, I paid about $2,000. I got a pretty good deal on it from someone that I know, brand new. Roughly they're about $2,300, so it's something you might want to look at. I did compare it just last week at the range to the Bushnell DMR2. I felt it was a bit better quality optically. Optically, just a little bit clearer. But I was a little bit higher on the magnification from 21, which is the highest of the Bushnell, to 25 on this one. So I didn't max it out. But still extremely clear. Very, very happy with it. All right, going on to the end of the gun, which I'm going to show you here, is I got the APA little bastard muzzle brake, exactly the same one as the 243. I really can't complain about these. I love that locking ring on the back, easy to take off, easy to clean. They're a little bit harder to clean, but if you use an ultrasonic cleaner and soak them and do enough runs, you eventually get rid of the carbon, and they do come up quite nice. Threaded barrel in 5/8 24 thread to fit the APA little bastard. Now you might remember on the 243, I actually have two APA little bastards. I bought them both in 6.5mm because that's all they had at the time when I bought the first one for the 243. I was thinking about getting a 30 cal later on. So what I decided to do was take both muzzle brakes to the gunsmith, and he reamed them out, both of them, to 30 cal. Now there was a really good article on Precision Rifle Blog about what the effects are of using an oversized brake on a smaller caliber. Now he had all this fandangled equipment, I can't even claim to know what it was, but they estimated that it's only 1 to 3% difference on using an oversized brake compared to a caliber specific brake. So I thought, why not? What I did is I just reamed them out to 30 cal. I think he only charged me like 15 bucks each to ream them out to 30 cal. Now, if I do buy a 30 cal in the future, not going to have any problem switching it up, going which one's for the 243 6mm, which is the one for the 6.5, which is the 30 cal. Forget all that. I just reamed them out to 30 cal. Now, I'm not seeing much of a difference on the 243 really. I can still spot my shots. Everything's working really well so far. So the APA little bastard muzzle brake. Going on from that, I got another awesome deal on an Atlas bipod. I think it's the BT46 with the LW17 quick release lever. Now, it's so interesting about this bipod. I got it for a killer deal, about 420 bucks for the whole lot. And one thing I did notice when I had some of the cheaper, Vanguard tripods and things like that, when you get up to this sort of weight rifle and you're really sort of packing that weight, you need something that's going to be able to handle it. And when I had one of the Vanguard bipods, whilst it's great for my hunting rifles, when you start getting up to this sort of weight, it really starts to struggle. And when I first got the Atlas bipod, I looked at it and I said, this is not going to hold. Is this really? Is this all it is? It felt like really light in my hands. I was pretty judgmental before I used it. Now that I've used it, I'm like, wow, this thing is fucking fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And what I decided to do as well to make my life extremely easy and really only have one bipod is what I decided to do was put Atlas rails on every single one of my firearms to make it easy. Now on the 260 here, I just used one of the, I think it's 2.02 inch stubby rails. Because I couldn't use anything bigger. Anything bigger would actually hang over the rubber, and only a little 2-incher would actually fit there. So I installed pretty much a lot of these on all my rifles. On the CZ22, I installed the 3.35 inch rail. Reason I did that was because of the sling swivel spacing, and also the fact that they don't have sling cups for the quick connect sling swivels. I wanted to make sure I could actually just use the old sling swivel stud and then just put a front screw in it to make it a lot easier. But that's something I'll address later on. But all I can do now is pretty much easily, if I wanted to do it, I do it here. Just bang, bang, straight off like that, guys. So easy, so easy. I want to put it on, right, bang. I mean, look at that, straight away, so easy. And now I can switch them up between all my rifles. I've left the Vanguard on the 308 and some of the hunting rifles because that's just going to be simple and easy to leave like that. I don't want to take this out in the bush. This is more for my long-range shooting rigs. So pretty much let's go through it again. GRS Berserk stock, Contessa 20 MOA rail, Delta Striker 4.5 to 30 by 56 HD, running 143 grain 6.5 Hornady ELDXs, APA Little Master Muzzle Brake, 260 Remington, Tikka T3X, varmint, stainless. Okay, let's talk about groupings. Now, I pulled a few shots, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys look at that just for a second. and just have a quick look at some of those groups. So firstly, 42 grains of 2209. I find 2209 works really well in the 243. When I went to 42.5 grains, it was really good actually. A group of about just on half an inch, which is really good. I did have one flyer, which you can see in the middle there. Then I went on to 43 grains. And 43 grains is really good, but I also had another flyer. And I know I actually pulled it. I pulled both those shots between 42.5 and 43 grains. So I didn't count them. And I'm going to test this again in a couple of weeks to make sure my observations were correct. Okay, now the 43.5 grains of 2208 was 0.717. 44 grains was 0.763. And the 44.5 grains was 5.53. So just basically everything here is just on half an inch except for the 42 grains, which is 0.8 of an inch. Everything is pretty much just on half an inch or just a little bit bigger. So I'm really, really excited about these results. I'm probably going to do some 42.5 grains, just test them out again. And I'm probably going to do the 44.5 grains as well, because I think that is promising too. If I can just clear that up, that little bullet on the left-hand side there, and get that with the other group, that'll be a really good group. That'll be like, you know, just under half an inch at like 0.45. So I'll be really, really excited about that. So, you know, guys, like I said, you don't have to spend a mozza. I mean, even this is a lot of money to a lot of people. I mean, you talk about the gun, I got it for about $16.50, $2,000 scope, $400 bipod, $20 Atlas rail, $600 stock, $220 Contessa rail. You know, almost $70 for the ELDXs. And I'm getting things a little bit cheaper because I know people, but, you know, really this is not cheap, guys. It is not cheap, but you can get decent results from an off-the-shelf rifle such as this. And if ever one day I said I shoot the barrel out, I'll get a really good barrel put on. No problems whatsoever. And that's what I liked about this thing. Low recoil, excellent ballistically, can shoot out long range. I mean, I see guys on the internet shooting deer, and you know, guys in South Africa shooting 700-800 meters and knocking good animals with this gun, stone dead on the spot. And that's what I want to do. I'm going to take my Kestrel with me, my Kestrel 5700, and we're going to start doing this long-range shooting. And I'm already shooting the 243 at about 450 to 500 with fantastic results. So, and you've seen some of the videos of shooting the rabbits over the past. So, yeah, pretty much that's it, guys. I don't want to, you know, drag on too long, but I'm really, really impressed with this rifle. I don't claim to be an expert. I just get my loads down, try and get them to as low as I possibly can. And what I'll do, actually, I'll link in the description about in long-range shooting whether group size makes a difference. And pretty much what it says, and I'll let you read it for yourself, but pretty much anything under a half inch, the point of no return and the percentages you gain are very slim. So I think the example was at a target, let's say example, it was 700 meters, a 10-inch gong at 700 meters. Now, if you have a 1-inch gun, let's say this was a 1-inch gun, you have 69% chance of hitting that gong at 700 meters. Now, if you drop that down to, let's say this one, 42.5, at a half-inch group, you go up by another 8.9%, I think it was. So you get up to about basically 78% chance of hitting. If you drop that grouping down to 0.3, you only gain 1.6%. If you then drop that group down to 0.1 of an inch, which is pretty much bullet on bullet, you only gain another 0.6 or 0.8%, I think it was. So from half an inch down to 0.1 of an inch group, you're only getting about just under 1.8, 1.9% of benefit. Now, it's up to you whether you see that as a benefit. I don't see that as a benefit. If I'm shooting a half-inch group at 100 meters, that's going to be fantastically at 600, 700, 800 meters. There's going to be no problem whatsoever. And I'm not going to spend a lot of money on these bullets, going back to the range visits week after week, trying something better, trying powder. You just don't need to do that. Now, if you're getting a gun that groups at half an inch, go out, long range shoot, and have a great time with it, because you know they guarantee one MOA. If I'm shooting a half inch, fan-bloody-tastic. I can't go wrong. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. Hope you guys have been out shooting. I've just been on a deer hunting trip a couple of days ago. Unfortunately, I didn't get anything. I also went over the long weekend, Easter long weekend. I'm going away in the June long weekend, so I took my camera again, and I just forget to film all the time, or I get a bit lazy. So on this next trip, I'm going to do a lot more filming and get a hunting video out for you guys, because that's what ultimately it's all about, to go hunting, not just sitting in my goddamn garage talking shit. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Any comments in the comments below. Like, subscribe, click that little bell, and thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.